Let's go!
Someone's excited. Someone's
baby! Phoenix Rising is your USL Western Conference Champions!
My ears
Let's
are
go!
ringing. My ears are ringing.
Let's
Max.
go, everyone! Welcome into the PHNX Rising post-game show. My word, another one for the ages. Oh, gosh, Phoenix Rising, they go down early in the first half. And you know what, man? We're thinking, okay, let's just halt the momentum. We ride into halftime, down 1 goal. We're thinking, where's it going to come from? Second half opens up. Bit of a scrum on a free kick. Hey, it happens. Carlos Harvey gets the goal, taps it in. And then we're thinking, oh, of course, Phoenix Rising. You said it yourself. Phoenix Rising game never ends in 90 minutes, does it, Owen?
No,
well, they said to heck with your extra time.
First time since 2018 Western Conference Final.
Said the heck with your extra time, baby. It doesn't matter. Emu Quajo, the man, only scores game-winning bangers in back-to-back weeks. And Phoenix Rising, they have a date with destiny. They're doing to Charleston. We're going to Charleston to face Charleston Battery in the USL Championship Final. One more time. Phoenix Rising is your USL Western Conference Champions, and they're going to Charleston Battery next Sunday to face them for the USL Championship Final. My name is Max Simpson.
Is it?
And I'm joined by the one and only Mr. Owen Evans.
My ears are still ringing.
Let's
this guy
go!
just screamed in my ear. Someone's excited. I can tell he's excited.
Let's go!
I'll take bets now, by the way, in the chat if you want to hop on in here. Max is on an 8:55 train in the morning. Will he make the 8:55 train? On your opinion in the chat. I will say, though, apologies to those of you in the chat, because right now it's right down at our feet, the computer, with the chat on, which means we can't read
we should move it up a ledge.
Can't make the, I'm not risking the wires at this point. But yes, Phoenix, right? It's expensive stuff, mate. Phoenix Rising, of course, get the win over Sacramento Republic. As you look at what happened overall, I think it was one of those games where I think the first half was very much a final, right? It was cagey. It was end to end. People weren't taking shots. People weren't doing things in moments where perhaps they could have been doing. And that's on both sides, right? Now, you speak to some of the players, some of the Rising players, they think they had the better of the first half. I'm not sure if they did.
Yeah.
But the key thing was, it was always going to be whoever got the first goal was going to dictate a lot of that game. You see in that case, Sacramento Republic get the first goal. It allows them to go on a nice attacking stretch for them. After that, when they're looking for that second goal, they could have gotten it, to be perfectly frank. It wasn't impossible that they could have found themselves a second goal in there. That would have, I think, made it impossible for Phoenix Rising realistically to come back. I don't see them going 2 goals down. I just don't in that moment, right? I just don't. If Sacramento Republic had found a second goal, I don't think that Phoenix Rising comes back. But they don't do that, right? We were talking before the break between ourselves here. I said to you that I thought that actually, in some ways, I thought the halftime break was going to work against Phoenix Rising.
Yeah.
And I said that for the very simple reason. I felt as though Sacramento were pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing.
Yeah.
But they weren't finding the end product at the end of it. And to a degree, I felt that spell of dominance, that whole stretch where they were looking at how they were going to find ways to get in there, to find ways to try and add to their lead, they were going to get frustrated. Frustrated they couldn't find a second. And the halftime break would give them a chance to regroup, a chance to sit back, to work out quite what it is that they were going to do and come out perhaps more structured, perhaps a little bit better defensively. It wasn't they were doing a bad job defensively in the first half, right? But Rising were also at times shooting themselves in the foot a little bit with the way that they were going about their attacks. But as you look more broadly, then you get into the second half, and Phoenix Rising later on, they managed to find their way in. Juan mentioned it in the post-game interviews, actually, didn't he? We'd spoken about this a couple of weeks ago with him, and I asked him a few weeks ago, do you think the attacking set pieces have been good enough? And he said after that first round game against San Diego Loyal, look, I felt we defended them well enough.
Yeah.
I don't think that we managed to attack them well enough. But then what you see from Phoenix Rising, they come out today, they managed to get that set piece goal, and that changes things. I think it adds that dimension of belief. We know that they believe in themselves. We've seen it happen time and time again during this playoff run. We saw it happen in San Diego Loyal. They were trailing twice in that game. They conceded a 98th minute penalty to equalize when Phoenix Rising would have taken the win in that match. At the end of the day, they come on and win the game. You see it against Orange County. They score early, but then Orange County equalize. They have a big spell of pressure. Phoenix Rising managed to stave it off. They managed to get going and all of that. There's loads of chats coming in the moment. We do have some super chats. We'll get to them in a second. And we saw it again tonight. In the end, Emil Quajo, who, by the way, has said, and he said this now today and after the last game, he's not doing media until the job is done.
Oh, man. Oh, boy, then once he got cooked for the final, man, my word. I mean, listen, you said it yourself, right? This is a case where we have two teams very, very hot on form. It's really like, does the unstoppable force meet the immovable object? That's very much what we saw. This was not like, even when it was a tense first half, it was a tense second half where Rising could not find the breakthrough. This to me was not a bad Phoenix Rising performance. This was not something where Sacramento was, just overly dominant. This was just something where these two teams were good at what they do. They're just absolutely great. Absolutely great at what they do. And man, they made it work. Like, listen, Sacramento, they capitalized on a Phoenix Rising mistake, one that we just haven't seen quite consistently from this team through the playoffs. And yet it happened. And then Phoenix Rising, they were able to stay in this match. I think that's the thing that, right, we really keep on saying about this team. Even whether they go behind or they go up early and the other team equalizes, no matter what, this team is able to bend but not break completely. They did not collapse. You said it yourself that there were moments when you thought it could happen, especially at the end of the first half, but they keep it 1-0 going into halftime. They make it work. They hold on. They keep on taking body shots, bobber shots, but then they eventually come with the haymaker. They knock the other team out. It's what happens. It's what they've done all playoffs.
You know what? I'm going to say this now. We do need to move on to the super chats, but I do want to hop on with one more thing before you read out some of those super chats for me. And it is a text that just literally came in on my phone from a former member of this podcast. It is none other than Deadwin. Congrats, mate. Happy for you and the crew. Go crazy on the drink.
Let's go.
Max has got an 8:55 train. Will he make it?
Oh, gosh.
We'll wait and see. But let's hear those super chats,
Oh,
man.
my gosh. No, we absolutely love everyone. Thank you guys again so much. Everyone joining. We had 66 people. 66 people. Let's go. Watching live. Appreciate it. Hit that like button. Keep on joining. Appreciate you guys, man. First off, we know we were late. We had some people. Oh, let's go. $5. Quajo for president. Absolutely appreciate the heck out of that. I thought that one disappeared because we were just kind of late on the draw, but hey, we're getting things ready, making this post-game show as good as we can for you guys. Quajo for president. Listen, the man scoring bangers in back-to-back weeks, game-winning goals. I'm not going to argue it. Let's go. Let's go. Quajo president. We got Siley in the chat sending us a $10. I got a $2 super sticker, a $2 super sticker, and a $10 super sticker. The $10 super sticker looks like it's a corgi hugging a heart. I love that. I'm not a big corgi guy, but like I'm not a corgi guy. Let's go. I love hearts. I love love. Let's go. I love love. I love Phoenix Rising. Let's go. Let's go. We love that.
I don't love the fact that I'm not sleeping again for this next.
No, you ain't.
But,
no, you ain't. I'm already going to be on the East Coast. I'm rebooking my flights. We're going to go to the final. Let's go.
We've got two more super chats.
We got. Oh my.
You go with CWP.
No, we got Scott. We got Scott on screen.
Well. Scott's on screen. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Too hungover to make his flight on time with the full.
Oh my gosh.
He is flying from San Francisco. He's flying on Frontier.
I literally have
free ads, but he's flying on Frontier.
No free ads. I literally have to take a train 2 hours to make this flight at 1 o'clock. We'll see if I make it. I gotta get up. It's gonna be a long night, but I ain't complaining.
Rising conquered California. Now time to conquer the USL. That's true. Rising has beaten
3 for 3 in California
on the road in this playoff.
Calling California burrito because we just roll them up and take a little bite out of them. Let's go.
New ownership.
Let's go. Let's go. Phoenix Rising. Boom.
Okay. But look. There's so much going on in here. So much going on.
By the way, I actually do have something. Everyone here is saying that they bet that I'm not going to make my flight. Producer Jacob, if you wouldn't mind putting up a bet that I most certainly did make, and I very much won. That's right. The haters who did not like that I put a bet on the Arizona Diamondbacks money line. Listen, everyone gave me a hard time, whatever, and I did the same darn thing this morning. And guess what? It absolutely came true. Phoenix Rising money line. Not this draw, not this they'll win at some point this match in 90 minutes. And yes, with 90 minutes and a ton more stoppage time, that ref would want to blow his whistle at some point, but he did. I win money. Phoenix Rising wins money. Shout out BetMGM. And let's go. That is a bet that I'm making.
What a night, I think, in Phoenix Rising history, right? We've seen, again, this is the third time that Phoenix Rising has advanced to the USL playoff final, right? We saw it happen in 2018. They played 2 of those games at home. Yeah. We saw it happen in 2020. They played 2 of those games at home. Yeah. This year, Phoenix Rising did it
Warriors
on the road. All 3 games on the road.
Warriors.
The 4th one will be on the road as well. In fact, I'll get onto this later, but there's something poetic about this because Phoenix Rising's season will end where it began. Charleston Battery away is where the season began for Phoenix Rising, is where it will end for Phoenix Rising. The last time they met, it was a 1-1 draw. Danny Trejo got on the board with the equalizer for Phoenix Rising. A very different Phoenix Rising team at that time. Still trying to find their identity under new head coach Juan Guerra. Still trying to find quite how they were going to turn things around and become, again, the dominant, powerful force that they had been in this league. Now what we're seeing is them coming out and looking like it and acting like it. There's a degree of confidence in this team that I think you just see. There's also a group of broken furniture over there in the corner.
Do you wonder what happened?
I hear that several rising players may have jumped up and maybe come crashing through. It was described by one Phoenix Rising player as WWE style, you just crashed through that table.
Absolutely.
To the player who did so.
Yes, this is very true. Another Phoenix Rising fan, Mr. Mikey Vanderplas, said, bleep your couch if you know what I mean, because that's what happened to that furniture out there.
Indeed.
Oh, man. Gosh. There's just so many things. Listen, this match is incredible. I mean, again, we're waxing qualitatively. There's a lot of poetry going on. Let's look at the numbers. Try to ground us even just for a hot second, because we know it's going to go off the rails once again. You guys know how this podcast works. We're looking at these numbers, right? It's 2-1 in favor of Phoenix Rising. I did check the XG. I double checked the XG. It is 0.32.
It was pretty low.
XG for Phoenix Rising, 0.41.
I mean, and that emphasized actually what a cagey game this was.
Cagey.
It was played like a true final.
It was.
You had a lot of teams that were willing to. Yes, they progressed the ball forward, but they weren't willing to attacks that would risk them making mistakes that would leave them exposed to the back. You didn't see transitional moments, particularly in this game. A handful, but not many.
It was never
when
completed.
They did happen, they were snuffed out. The other thing to note there is, of course, there were a lot of fouls that were, I'd say, good stopping a promising attack kind of fouls. You're getting that yellow card, that caution for the stopping a promising attack. But really important to get those in there, to know that you're going to get yourselves into positions where you're going to, not allow the opposition to just run straight through you. It's critical. It's critical. And both sides did that well. Both sides did that well. I mean, Sacramento managed to get away with one unpunished by Roro Lopez, which I think pretty much everyone watching thought was probably stopping a promising attack, but they got away with that one.
I mean, right? It's this game, right? To your point, is very cagey. 7 shots for Rising, 8 shots for Republic. Both of them had 2 shots on target. Again, that's 2 shots on target for Rising, 2 goals. They didn't have a ton of chances. Yes, they had dominant possession, 62%, but it's something where, again, this goes back to this team where they were just able to hang on. They were able to swim in those deep waters, and they ended up making it happen.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man. It's something where I think even those numbers and what the stats tell us there is like we're just able to hang around, we're able to do the things even when this team, right, not only do they go down a goal, but they're facing the second half where they're just not really like moving on some of these offensive chances. All it took is that one goal, and you notice it broke the game completely open. Doesn't matter whether it's just a goal, whether it was like the goalie hanging in or Carlos Harvey tapping in, who they gave it credit for. It was kind of a madhouse, but that changed the entire complexion of everything.
Utterly insane.
My gosh. It's hard to catch your breath, man. There's so
one more super chat in there, by the way. Just shout out to Christensen 2020. I'm not quite sure what it's saying. Unfortunately, it doesn't come up on my end there. But we'll.
It is a number 1. It's a $19.99 super chat with a 1 and balloons.
Yes. First super chat ever from Christensen 2020.
Let's go.
Shout out.
2020. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's go. 79 of you guys in the chat. We keep growing. Appreciate you guys. Oh man. I mean, there's just chaos all around us. There is something, and I'm not trying to bring this on a down note, but we do want to point out, right? This match, it was very intense. This is something where we get it, heated rivalry, things going on. These teams have history, but I think there was a bit at the end where, yes, we were waiting for the ref to blow the whistle, but kind of what was transpiring in those end moments that I don't think a lot of the audience, I don't know if they saw on the broadcast or not. That was being thrown from. That was an ugly display. End.
It was an ugly display. I know. I tweeted about it. Manuel Asiaga looked to have been hit by an object thrown from the crowd. Several other objects thrown from the crowd as well. Look, we don't want to see that in football. We don't want to see that in these games. Okay, I'm sorry. Someone scores a late goal against you and your reaction is to toss stuff on the field like that, then just don't come.
Well, and then also when the players were celebrating,
that's a real down one. Give me an ad so we can reset.
Well, and then when the players were celebrating with the supporters as well, there was like
heckling. Yeah, you've got the heckling the Juan's kids. Yeah, great.
Yeah, well, listen, lost us being thrown. I did not see being thrown. Was it friends at Circle K? Friends at Circle K, there's nothing being thrown from them. And yes, they are in California, but you know what? Circle K, you guys can get them, whether you're in Arizona, whether you came here to California to watch this trip, whether you're anywhere across the country, whether you're in Charleston, where we're going to be next weekend. Let's go.
Weekend.
Let's go. Well, you can get Circle K anywhere, baby. Circle K, sign up for the Inner Circle program. What do you got to do? Download the Circle K app. And then enter in your phone number, Inner Circle. super easy. You get 5 free discounted fill-ups, 5 free polar pops, bunch of discounted snacks, everything like that. Road tripping. Oh yeah. Certain supping may or may not be a little hungover, in the morning, especially on their flight back.
Max will need to update us as the game goes along. As the day goes along, sorry.
As the day goes along. It's got I'm not a doctor, but Circle K, I think they have your hangover needs if you need it. But check out Circle K, grab a polar pop on me, and
on you. Venmo him.
Oh gosh,
he just said on him.
Oh, dude, that's
he just said on him. Go buy your polar pop and then Venmo Max. It's ASU Max, yeah.
It is at ASU.
It is at ASU Max. Send him evidence of the receipt or whatever and Venmo request, and he'll refund you for a polar.
You
pop.
won't, but yes,
for
I
one
will.
polar pop.
I'm feeling generous, man.
Person.
We got we got Tyler. We got Tyler.
Tyler, the
397. Boys need juice with a $2 super chat. You can get juice at Circle K, and man,
we need a different kind of juice. So moving on, Max.
Well, I was gonna say, what juice we need? A little Four Peaks. Baby, Four Peaks, we be crushing beers tonight. Listen, you guys already know those delicious Four Peaks. Absolutely good freaking time, right? We're gonna be celebrating hard in the I was gonna say locker room. That's not it.
We're not going to the
locker room. That's not it. I meant to say
you're not going to the locker room.
Oh dear gosh, the adrenaline is crazy. But yes, hotel room. It's gonna be awesome. Late night, crushing Four Peaks, as you guys already know. Check them out at Four Peaks Pub and at Four Peaks Brew. Keep up with the latest and greatest they got going on. Amazing time. Love Four Peaks. All the different stuff they have, right? Supporting everyone through the postseason. Support us through the postseason. Fueled by Four Peaks. I am a beer. You must be 21 years or older to enjoy responsibly.
Yep. Good. Enjoy good Four Peaks. I'll be hitting the wows as soon as I get back in Phoenix.
Amen. My man. I mean, dude, the chat is just absolutely.
Chat is having a great time. Chat is having a really, really, really good time right now. You know what? We've spoken about what we heard from Juan Guerra, but let's actually listen to the first reaction from Juan Guerra when I asked him if he could put into words quite how he was feeling.
I can't. I'm so proud of this organization. I'm so proud of our players. At the end of the day, this is because of them. We're celebrating tonight because of them. We're celebrating tonight because of all the effort that they put in. We're celebrating tonight because they've been challenged, they've been demanded, they've been pushed, they've been criticized, and they keep pushing forward, man. There's a group of players that truly believed and believes in what we're building, and tonight they deserve it. The players, their families, and our supporters that have been very, very patient, they all deserve it tonight. So I'm very, very happy for all of them.
Man, oh man.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, man, let Juan Cook call that man Chef Borat W because he just began wins.
Remember the Juan Guerra experiment has failed?
Yeah, one out,
Yeah,
totally.
Remember the Juan Guerra experiment?
Oh, for sure.
In fact,
fair,
again, we'll go back to this one.
Cool.
Jeff Went, former Arizona Republic reporter that covered this team, Arizona United. His comment from the last time Phoenix Rising played here at Heart Health Park when he said something along the lines of, can someone explain how Juan Guerra can keep his job after this performance? And this team's now in the USL Championship playoff final.
I hear that's pretty good.
It's a pretty good achievement.
I hear that's a pretty good achievement. This is supposed to be a rebuilding year.
That's the context we have
supposed
to
be
put
good
this
year.
This was meant to be a rebuilding year. The target for this year, we've said it from the start, right? From Phoenix's perspective, is a home playoff. Well, they didn't get that, but they
did it the hard way. But here we are,
kind of overachieve in other ways.
Oh
but gosh. I think that the challenge that we posed to them was this team needed to make the playoffs. This was a season where playoff was the ambition for this year after missing the playoffs last year. But then you move on to next year, and that's where things change. Things change next year, whereby you go back to the usual. Rising needs to be back to one of the dominant forces in the Western Conference next year. Yeah. The expectation next year was realistically get to the conference finals every year, as Phoenix Rising's expectation should be almost every year, given the amount of money that they do invest, right? We're not going to pretend that they aren't a big spender in this league. They aren't the only big spender in this league, like some would have you believe. But they are one of those clubs. They are one of the bigger clubs in this league. You also need to, I think, look at just the fact they not only managed to exceed our expectation for next year. I just I don't think any of us whatsoever expected any of this to happen, as I almost fall backwards.
I mean, yeah, we are like precariously standing on the ledge, like one lunge or jump or victory celebration, and one of our ankles and probably the camera are just going.
On the laptop,
and
a lot of money.
Really, everything is just getting yeeted right now. But no, I think it's something right to your point. Like if you were to tell this team that you're going to be going to the US, the USL finals, you're going to go on the road during all 3 of these playoff matches and win against teams that are, fighting for different things in their own right, that are, in some cases they are, last hurrah that they're not fighting for survival, but they're fighting to go out on a bang. You're fighting against teams who have won these finals. You're fighting against these teams who have been dominant in recent years, that have beaten Rising, that have had Rising's number in previous years. And to say all of that, and they're now here, I mean, man, like we are really at a loss of words. You heard Juan Guerra say he's at a loss of words. I'm at a loss of words. You're kind of at a loss of words. We're trying to do this podcast while being at a loss of words, but it's just exciting, man. Like to capture what has happened during this season, where there's almost been, I don't want to just say two different Rising teams, one before the Sacramento away game and one afterwards, but there's even been a third. This playoff run for Phoenix Rising has been something that this team has just been undeniably clutch. And again, being able to see out these performances in a way that if you had seen how they had played sometimes during the season, it's not to say that they never had it in them with the talent or everything like that, but you just wouldn't think it would have happened this quickly, man. We're early on this whole thing, and this is amazing.
I'm gonna throw us back to something here. Max said this after the Orange County game. Is Phoenix Rising the D-backs? We certainly hope not in one regard.
Oh dear gosh.
Again, it's a team that is early.
Yeah.
A team that has managed to exceed its expectations by a long way, when honestly making the postseason was the challenge, I think, this year. It's a team that has managed to go on the road and upset people every step of the way. It's a team that left it late to win its conference championship.
Let's go. And you know what? Where does that leave them? Let's take a look at the bracket. It's going to be so sweet. We already know what next week's going to hold. We already know how the rest of the USL Championship playoffs went, but let's visualize it. Let's see it here. Look at that beautiful cup. We want the cup, and Phoenix
I've noticed
Rising.
we got some question marks in there. We can actually fill those in.
And
Phoenix
Rising are going to be facing Charleston Battery. Jacob's not going to like me for that one. I know he's probably grumbling right now, but yes, Phoenix Rising, Charleston Battery in the final. Let's go. It's incredible, man. I mean, seeing people in the chat, right? We're talking about this match. Mavens keep not true. I'm spiritual, and I believe I had a candle lit for this game. I love it. Albert even is owning up. I'll admit it. I was the complete skeptic who thought they would lose this match in heartbreaking fashion. Albert, I'm so happy to say you are dead wrong.
There we go. The bracket's fixed.
Jacob did it. I thought he did the updated graphic. Look at that magic. Good job, producer Jacob. We appreciate the heck out of you.
Thank you, Jacob.
Oh, thank you, Jacob. Well, Shay-Z,
he's not gonna like that because it sounds really weird.
Oh no.
Oh
my gosh. No, it's just amazing, man. It's how do you bottle this emotion? How do you ride the high?
Yep.
So to speak. Well, check out our friends at OG's Brands. They definitely can do that for you guys, right? Listen, we're not in Arizona, so I can't get my hands on some OG's Brands. I want to go back to Arizona. I already got some waiting for me in the little condo that I'm renting. It's a nice place, but that's not here to talk about the condo. I'm here to talk about OG's, right? Sweet sativa, the indicas, creams, all that stuff. Nice little indica, mellow me out, especially if I'm not going to say I'm going to be hungover, but I'm not going to say I'm not going to be hungover. But OG's, again, not a doctor. Helps with that a lot from personal experience. Check out OG's Brands. I like the minis, right? They're back on the shelves. Check them out at ogsbrands.com to find my local dispensary in Arizona near you. Of course, follow them on all socials on at OG's Brands. You must be 21 years or older to enjoy responsibly. Oh my gosh. Also, of course, want to shout out our friends at Valley Tap Room, right? A lot of people. Right, been going throughout this playoffs, checking them out on the east side, having the beers, all the different taps, lots of Four Peaks there. Of course, my man Donald hooking it up, showing the game, having a good time. Check them out on Valley Tap Room, on Instagram at Valley Tap Room, and of course on person off the 202 and Gilbert.
Indeed.
Oh my gosh. Listen, I know we were expecting a beer delivery from somewhere, but
oh man, it's the one thing that Juan has not delivered on, unfortunately.
That's true.
We did have a tattoo tracker.
Oh no, Albert did put in the super chat.
Tattoo tracker?
Oh no, Albert, I don't want to read your super chat.
Is there a tattoo tracker?
$2 super chat from Albert.
Do we have a tattoo tracker?
Jacob didn't update in time. So,
we do. Max, remember at the start of the season when you promised you would get a tattoo?
Okay, to be fair, it wasn't during
Rising won the league.
Okay, to be fair,
and it was going to be a tattoo of Adman, the cartoon character.
Okay, first off, it wasn't during the start of the season, and second of all, actually, I backtracked. I never made this.
No, you did make that bet. And okay, guys, you also requested this graphic, Max. We are one game away from you potentially having to get a tattoo of yourself as Adman.
Okay, here's the
cartoon character.
Guys, here's the thing. I'm really excited that Phoenix Rising won and all, and I'm not going to be praying for anything, them to lose. I'm not going to say that, but maybe my people, my legal team could talk to the show's
You
legal
don't
team.
have a legal team,
I
Max.
represent myself. Maybe there's a
not
way.
a legal team.
Maybe there's a
That's
way.
you.
Maybe there's a way we can talk about this or something. But I'm starting to sweat it a bit. No. It's starting to get really hot in here, guys.
It's not that hot. It's actually a bit. Juan was like, I don't know how you guys are sweating. And the real answer to how we were sweating is that I just ran
Oh dear God.
from one side of the pitch to the other when the boys started running towards the away fans with the trophy.
No, it's getting hot because this tattoo is. I can feel it hitting my flesh so soon.
Yeah.
Oh dear gosh, no, there's no face tattoos, Eric. There's not going to be a face tattoo if this happens. Y'all are absolutely crazy. No, Devin, you don't need to pull up the tweet. We were also promised other things that I will not be naming. You were never promised those things.
No, to be fair,
Sly.
I also promised that I was going to say something as well if Rising were to win the league.
Yours is so much less.
Oh yeah, it is.
fakes.
But I said I'd do it.
Gosh darn it.
Yeah.
My gosh, everyone. Gosh.
All right. So what specifically do we have to get through now?
Well, so here's the thing. Alex is asking: is anyone else pricing flights right now? Okay, here's the thing. I want to do a call to the PHNX Rising Nation. Listen, guys, if you guys are interested in joining,
if you come to Charleston,
I'm not buying flights. I'm gonna put that out there.
Max
is not buying
He'll buy
flights.
a beer for any Rising fan that comes.
I'm not just talking like like a Venmo. Which listen. I've been holding on my word. People have been Venmoing me through this playoffs.
The night before the game,
I will buy you an actual physical beer.
If you're there
Saturday
the night
night.
before the
Yeah.
night before the game,
Saturday
night,
Saturday
we will
night.
find a bar. We will go to a bar in Charleston.
Happy hour on Max.
He will buy
Happy hour on
you
Max.
a beer.
Let's go. Beer's on me. Make the trip. Listen, it's one of those things, man. Like, I get it. These things are last minute notice. If you guys are able to go, it's gonna be a heck of a time.
I will say, for those of you who are
go.
thinking about
Let's
it, just to
go.
put this into context, when we were
No free
looking,
ads. No free ads.
I'm
No
not
free ads.
naming any airlines. I'm not naming any of that. But I do want to put something into context here. The flights to Charleston were half the price of the flights to Louisville.
This is true. This is very
Okay?
true.
That's just a fact. That's just a fact. They were half the price if you're willing to do it. There are ways to get around it. There are cheap hotels. There are much cheaper hotels. If you are looking in the Mount Pleasant area, close to where Charleston Battery play, than you would have found in Louisville. Just get on there. If you can get yourself over there, if you can find your way to Charleston, what have you got there, Max?
What is this? Oh man, how'd
What's
this
it say? For City Club Republic Glory. I'm not sure they got any
it's
glory.
a towel. Oh, how'd that get there?
Wiping the tears. But
I didn't later. It's right.
look,
there.
I will say this. Max has got a thing that by the way, shout out to Panos Almanakis, who came over and just tossed.
He literally
these
just
at
gave
us.
us t-shirts.
Literally just
My
tossed
man.
the championship.
My man.
Yeah, okay.
Man, oh my gosh. Oh, also, by the way, actually, this is actually very important as well. And chat, I need you guys to do
Time to
this.
take a deep breath, Max, is what your phone is telling you.
Oh my gosh, no, that's so I don't overlook at my phone because I scroll Twitter because people tell me to buy beer and make bets and all these things. But no, guys, here's what I want you to do. There's also one other thing that's incredibly important because listen, we ask a lot of favors internally, right? We love our PHNX crew. We love our crew at ALLCITY Network. We really do. But here's the thing, guys. I really do mean this. No one quite moves the needle for things that get done around here like you guys. So I want you to do me a favor, please. If you can go on Twitter, I want you to @ this man. Ready? It's @ DLineco. That's DLINECO. That is Eric. He's in DNVR. He runs ALLCITY and he designs
The t-shirts.
our t-shirts. Please,
Tell him you want a new
please
t-shirt.
@ him and say that we want a new t-shirt, whether it's Western Conference Champions and or perhaps prepping something for Phoenix Rising if they win the whole gosh darn league. So please, again, one more time, @ DLineco. Perhaps producer Jago even can throw it in the chat if needed. But again, @ DLineco, @ DLINECO. Feel free to tag me as well. Owen at our PHNX _ Rising account. But we need a new
Sports as well.
and @ PHNX Sports. But we need a new freaking t-shirt. So
We do,
please
we
go
do.
at that man.
That one is
Go at that man.
It's great, but we need a new one as well.
We do. This is awesome. This is
You
phenomenal. one.
need options.
you
You
can
need options.
Of course, you can get this, of course, at the phnxlocker.com. Of course, my chest right here working
and
overtime.
if you sign up as
Let's
a
go.
diehard, you get one free t-shirt per year as
That's
well.
a free
as well
t-shirt.
as
Boom.
discounts on t-shirts
And also,
and other merch throughout the year.
and not just that, man. It's also our Discord. Like, listen, here's the fun thing. Our
we
diehards
were
are in there.
tweeting a lot. We were tweeting.
We had a
lot today
lot
about
of
the trip,
exclusive
but we
content
had
that
so
Twitter
much
will not
more
see.
on Discord.
Also, more on here that
Uh,
Twitter will not see because only diehards see this. Bam,
Only
bam.
diehards see some of
Bam,
this.
bam.
There is fun stuff here. Always the diehards. We recognize you guys. We love you guys.
We really do
We
appreciate
will
you guys.
be in there, I'm sure, in the Discord tomorrow with even more stuff in between all the emails that I've got to send.
Dude, I gotta book. I gotta
Max
switch
is
my
buying
flights.
flights specifically for himself.
Thank you for that. Yes. Oh dear gosh, man. Okay, there's so much we got through. I think we got through all the graphics. I think we talked through what we need to.
Someone is asking to type in the chat how it's spelt. I will shout out. Leah has just said what it is in Discord, but Leah, can you also just type out
thank you, Leah.
The Twitter as well, if you could, please. Thank you very much.
That man. Yeah. I want to get an angry note in Slack saying, "What the heck did you do?" I want that to happen.
We have unleashed the mob.
I want the mob mentality.
Angry mob.
He's a nice guy.
Get your
He's a nice guy. You don't have to be mean about, but just
no,
be like, hey, Eric, Phoenix Rising Boys.
It's time.
PHNX Rising Boys.
It's time.
They said they want the shirt. It's time. It's time. Let's go.
Much like it's time for Phoenix Rising to prepare for the USL Championship playoff final. People want to go.
If you want to go home,
I don't know, but let's get through this, Max, because I think we also want to go because there is.
I want to sip some libations, a little bit of the bubbly,
little bit. Will Max Simpson make his 8:55 train? Stay tuned.
Oh gosh, yeah.
We'll let you know.
Oh, gosh.
We will let you know. He may indeed live tweet his trip home.
Dear gosh, no. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining into the PHNX Rising podcast. It's been
what a night.
I mean, what a night. What an absolute run, and baby. It's not over, man.
Job's not done.
Job
is not done.
Job's not done.
There will be so much content, by the way. Even our job, it is not done. I tell you what, we are going to hit this harder this week than we have ever hit a week before. That is a promise.
Oh my gosh, I'm ready. You're making me run through a brick wall.
That is a promise.
You're making me run through a damn brick wall, Owen.
I'm not sleeping.
No.
Sleep is for the week after.
Sleep is for the week and for the week after. No,
specifically the week after.
You need sleep, but yeah, not this week. Anyway, thank you, everyone. Follow us on at PHNX __ rising because double the underscore.
Double the green peppers compared to spinach.
No.
That one doesn't get away. We're ending on a high note, though, but double doesn't work because they've done it 3 times.
Okay, here we go.
Double the final appearances because 2020 never happened. Yeah,
I respect that.
That works. Yeah,
I respect that. Okay, there we go.
Also, double the underscores, double the fun. We do the classic. Do the classic.
Well, we're always going to do the classic. We had
a Deadwind reference today,
dude. That's
amazing. We've got to bring the classic out.
Holy heck. Yes. You can follow me on Twitter at Max David Simpson. You can follow Owen on Twitter at OJEvans18. Of course, follow our network as a whole. Right, for those of you joining us for the first time or first time in a while, again, appreciate the heck out of you guys. Follow at PHNX _sports. All the fun content. Again, check us out on PHNXlocker.com. Owen's going to be writing articles. It's amazing stuff.
I'm not sleeping.
We're not sleeping. We're going to go party, have a good time. Mr. Owen Evans, chat, everyone.
Are you going to make my ears ring, Max?
You know it. It's a beautiful game, but it's way more beautiful when Phoenix Rising are going to the USL Championship final, baby. Let's go. Good night.
We all silly like the mayor.